Hey folks, how's it going? Some of y'all may have seen in the background here while I'm working on stuff for mowing or doing tractor stuff or the truck or whatnot. But I've got a Malibu over here. It's an '02 Chevy Malibu. It's throwing an ABS light. Don't know which one. So I bought 4 ABS wheel hubs for this. New rotors and new pads for the front. And if you haven't had to do a hub on one of these Malibus and it has ABS and you're thinking, how the heck am I going to do this without tearing the whole front end down? Let me show you a little trick right here. You don't have to go crazy far and tearing it down a whole lot. Right here, this one is not torn down all the way. All I did was bust this nut loose off of here, and so it's triangular. So there's a nut here, here, and over here that hold this hub on, and then right here, this little shield has got this plug. You just unplug it down here, and that's on the lower control arm. This one is attached to this, and it actually goes through the knuckle where the axle is. So if you feel like you can't take that hub off with everything on there, you can. Now I've got the wheel turned slightly. I don't know that that makes a difference or not. I just had it turned so I could get to this. It's 13 mil socket to get to here. So what I did was I took my little wobble, 13 mil right here, busted off these 2 bottom ones, and then I got a socket in my breakover, 3/8 job, little 13 mil socket. I broke that top loose, and then if you've, depending on what tools you have, you can use this, a little quarter ratchet, air powered, and then here's a quarter ratchet, extension, a wobble, and a 13. I can get it to zoom in there. See, it's a 13. So this little guy right here, well, I got to put a bolt back in there. I pulled all the bolts out to put thread locker on it. So it goes back here like this. You just put your little 13 on there like that, and the extension will give you enough room. You can use a ratchet, and what you do is you just unbolt this like this and pull the hub out. Let the hub come off. So while it's threading off of there, you just turn it and this will come off. You'll have to make it come off, but it will. And all you got to do is just take your hammer, tap on that CV axle a couple times, and that dude will pop loose, and then you can pull this through there. That'll fit through there. I'll get, you know, it'll go, but I can't manipulate it holding that all together right here. But it goes just like that. So I've got this side tore apart. I'm gonna put some thread locker on these bolts, some blue thread locker, put it back on there. It had, these bolts had red or something on there already from the factory. It wasn't some kind of red, probably ain't the crazy red Loctite, but it was something. So I'm gonna put a little something back on it, a little bit of blue, ball of blue, so it won't be that big a deal. But I'll put that on there, and I'll try to put this close enough where you can see me feeding that new hub through there. And these are all parts from Rock Auto. You get on there, go through the clearance section, you can find all kind of stuff for cheap from Rock Auto. All this stuff came from clearance, or closeout, not clearance, sorry, the closeout section. And I think these were $10 a piece, something like that. It wasn't very much. I ain't out a whole lot of money on 4 hubs, and these Wagner TQ pads, they was $10. These rotors, I think they was, I don't know, $14. It's cheap. I was like, why not? I just throw it all under there and have it done. And, you know, there wasn't no going back with these pads here. These pads is gone. So, got all that stuff. We're going to hang this on right quick. So, let me get y'all set up over here so you can see. Hopefully I can get a good enough angle. Y'all can see this. I got to get a new holder here. This one's coming undone on me. All right. That's the back of it. Alright, so here's the new hub. Looks pretty much identical to the old one. Sorry guys. Not much difference there. New and old. So this wire was down here on this corner. So I got to poke it back through and mount it up that way. So it's got to go in something like this. So there's that wire. All right. Get our little baby ratchet here and we'll give it a quick little buzz in. Alright, that's pretty close. Now we'll do the others. Oh, got ahead of myself. Got the little shield. so y'all know. Now, too much. It's alright, it's just blue Loctite. This thing ain't making enough power to hurt a mosquito. Good. Now, we'll turn that wheel. This one's a little bit more tricky. We'll have to use a little more ugga-dugga in this one. Sorry, guys. Now, I may have bolted it in the wrong spot because it's not lining up where it's supposed to here. got it out one whole turn. So let me pause and fix it. Well, we'll just go with it. It's gonna be loud though. Ready loose again. Now, our plug. Now it's in there. And then that one, we'll plug it in after I tighten it up. Now, plug our cable back in. It's kind of hard to turn it. Yep. I don't think we're going to get much on that one. Well, all right, that's all done now finally. nice shiny new rotor for this. The caliper mount bolts are 13 as well. Move some of this stuff over so you can see what's going on here. Now, don't everybody hate just because I'm using Motorcraft stuff here. It's just what I got. It's pretty good stuff. There we go. All this rain we've had here in Oklahoma getting eat up by mosquitoes over here. My little Cornwell aluminum. These are flexible. You can bend it however you need to. They're $12 from the truck. So, it's got me a set. 2 sets actually. Pop this guy out. I don't know if y'all can see this, but there's a spring clip in there. Gotta take out. Now I'll get a caliper compressor. Old pads in there. Alright, there it is. New spring in here. There we go. Now, got our new clip in. Just slide some brake pads in. Oh, getting ahead of myself again. These are 12 up here. So we'll just use a wobble to run them home. Also, I forgot we got to get a wrench to hold these. So. Let's see here. There we go. And then to hold that brake stud piece right there, it's a 18. All right, so that's it on that. That's once that caliper's pumped back up with brake fluid, it'll be holding that in. So that's all it is to it. Sorry it took me so long. I had to keep going back and forth on that deal right there. But if you're in a situation and you didn't do it before, or you didn't know, now you have something to go off of. You just have to rotate that wire where it's coming up this side so that you have enough slack on the back side to plug it into that little shield that's behind there. So instead of being down low like I initially said, it's got to be up high on the top, and then it's good to go. But you don't got to tear it down no further than that. Like I said, you just take your little hammer, tap on the end of that with the nut, the axle nut, just run it on there, pop it loose, and then once you get it loose initially, it's good to go. You can just tap it like that and get it in and out. So anyway, I hope that helps somebody out there doing a ABS hub on a 02 Chevy Malibu. I'm gonna call this quits. I'm not gonna mess with this or do the other side because I'm getting carried away by mosquitoes. So thank you all for watching. I hope this helps. Y'all have a good one. We'll catch you next time.